Hey, what's up everybody? Welcome back to the channel. This is Coach Brian for the Hall of Gains. Today I have a recipe video for you today. This is my favorite sweet, healthy protein recipe. This is chocolate peanut butter cheesecake protein ice cream. The entire batch is 800 calories for about 85 grams of protein. It is incredibly tasty. It's incredibly filling. And if you just basically took a normal serving size, it's about 100 calories for about 11 grams of protein. Whereas if you had a serving size of an actual just normal ice cream, that'd be about 220 calories with like 3 or 4 grams of protein and way less filling. So you can eat way more of this with less calories and it'll be way more filling. Now I need to say right off the bat, this recipe was inspired originally by Greg Doucette's protein ice cream recipe, but that's from a completely different flavor. This one is chocolate peanut butter protein cheesecake. It tastes absolutely phenomenal, and there are a few things you can add to it to make it taste even better. Now, we're going to start off with basically what you need, and that is almond milk. So you'll be putting 1 cup of unsweetened almond milk in here. You don't want the super sweetened, full of carbs almond milk, because that will add a lot of unneeded calories. This will be good enough with just normal almond milk. Then you'll have 2 scoops of whey protein. I have chocolate flavor. It'd be better to have a chocolate peanut butter flavor, as it could taste better, but I just did 2 scoops of chocolate whey protein. Then up next is going to be this low-fat, sugar-free Jello cheesecake flavoring. This is what's going to give you the cheesecake flavor. Just dump in that whole package. Don't worry. You might think, oh, Jello, Jello pudding, this is gonna add a lot of calories. No, it's only 100 calories for the entire package. So it's only like maybe 20 to 50 calories per serving it's gonna add. It's not gonna change much, but it will add so much flavor. Next is the PB2, the peanut butter powder. This is a must. So for this, I will put in 3 tablespoons of PB2 per scoop of protein. This means I must need 6 tablespoons of PB2 because I put 2 scoops of whey protein in, but although you can change this recipe up a bit, adding more or less protein, and I would suggest 3 tablespoons of PB2 per scoop of protein, just so you have a really high level of peanut butter flavor. I love peanut butter, so that is why I put so much PB2 in my ice cream recipe, just to make sure that that peanut butter flavor really shines through, and you know it really does with this. So 6 tablespoons of PB2. Next is the guar gum. This is to make it thick and creamy and add a bit of fiber to it. You can also use xantham gum, but I use guar gum, and you don't want to put too much in here. I only put 2 teaspoons of this guar gum in here, and again, it makes it thicker. It gives it really that ice creamy feel. If you didn't add this in, it would feel a lot more like a smoothie or a shake. But this really does morph it into a lot thicker and creamier, making it a lot more like ice cream. The next we're going to add in here is 150 grams of frozen strawberries. Now, I do need to stress it needs to be frozen. This is so that you don't have to add ice, so that this is cold. If you add the frozen strawberries, it will be cold and taste really good, just like ice cream. Up next is the vanilla Greek low-fat yogurt. I'll put a cup of that in there. This adds flavor, makes it creamy, and adds a lot more protein as well. So just 1 cup of vanilla Greek low-fat yogurt. This one is about 110 calories for a cup for 15 grams of protein, and it tastes really good. Finally is the stevia. Now you can use whatever artificial sweetener or low-calorie sweetener you want. I prefer stevia. I put 10 of these packets in here. They're a teaspoon each. That's 10 teaspoons, or like about a bit over 3 tablespoons of stevia. You can add more, you can add less. It doesn't really matter. There's so little calories. It's like maybe 1 to 2 calories per packet, so it doesn't matter really how much you add. Make it as sweet or as little sweet as you want it to be. And so I add in 10 of these packets because I like it a little bit on the medium side. Sometimes if I'm feeling a little extra sweet, I maybe would add another tablespoon or another 2 tablespoons of the stevia. But overall, I think the 10 packets of stevia for this work just fine. That is because you're getting a lot of the sweetness from the strawberries, and you're getting the sweetness from the cheesecake and the yogurt, and then the PB2 does help a lot as well. So 10 packets of that. Then after that, you're just gonna put all of this in a blender and then blend it up. Now I definitely do suggest using the Ninja blender. This is just an absolutely amazing blender. Doesn't jam, doesn't really get stuck. Even if I put even more guar gum in, it would still power its way through. Absolutely fantastic blender. No, I'm not sponsored by them, but just want to say the Ninja blender is the best. Now what you want to do is you'll probably get some of the protein and the powder stuck on the side when you blend it, so make sure you stop blending midway through and make sure to scrub off the powder from the side and mix it again so that you don't really have too much of the powder sticking to the side. Now I still did have a little bit left, but I was kind of grasped for time. I was incredibly hungry. I just worked out right before this. I wanted my protein in, so make sure to scrub that off. Now, like I said, this is my so far favorite protein ice cream recipe. Now, some things I didn't add to this, but I have before, and it does make it better, although it does, add a little bit more calories to it. You could add unsweetened chocolate chips. I would add in maybe a tablespoon or two. It only add about 100 calories more to the total recipe, and it adds a little flavor because you have chunks of chocolate chips in your ice cream. And you could also add graham cracker bits. Again, that adds a bit more calories, but still does increase the flavor and adds really that cheesecake to it because the graham cracker crust when it comes to cheesecake. But yeah, this is the best protein ice cream recipe that I have had. I've had a bunch, and this is by far my favorite, even though all of them have been good. But that's pretty much it for the video, guys. Enjoy.